This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and sorry for the delay in videos. I just had to catch up on some sleep. But anyways, so let's play catch up with Young Thug right now, all right? So a lot's been swirling around where, you know, he's just like, bro, to be so like, yo, I'm super street and everything. Super careless, okay? Super careless. Even to the fact where he incriminated himself at one point because buying views is illegal in music, you know. So I don't know if it comes with fines or it's kind of like a form of payola, but you're cheating the system. You're cheating the system. He says he paid $50,000 so Gunna album could debut #1. Then he goes on to diss Gucci Mane. Little Baby and QCP have now unfollowed each other, and they don't want to do business with each other. And I'm sure the Migos will follow not messing with QC because it's going to be a thing of, okay, they got $300 million to sell everything, and no artists were broken off. Just QC, CEO, and Coach K got money. Scooter Braun tried to buy Little Baby out of his deal for $150 million. He tried to keep it solid, supposedly, and then Scooter went behind his back and just bought the label, basically everything the label had, from QC CEO P. I mean, point blank. So that's, I guess maybe that's when things went bad. Because that had to happen in what, around 2002? Let's see. QC CEO P sells catalog. That was 2023. So, and Little Baby's career has been on ice since then. Let's be real. Like, he's just been coasting. It hasn't had any big boosts, a lot of support, nothing. Rollo also crossed the line and started talking about Marlo, which is, let's just get into all this. So let's start with first. This is Young Thug talking to either somebody at the label or a manager. And here he is talking about paying for streams, which he would do for himself as well. So all the sales you're seeing from him, I don't think that he's doing it every time with Gunna because he doesn't like Gunna, right? And he wanted so I believe that maybe he got 20,000 boost or something Gunna did in the beginning, but he's consistently sold around 90K for the past 2 albums. And we know Young Thug didn't want those to do so well because he said nobody's going to listen to this. And he was wrong. So, but we know Young Thug is probably paying for people to listen to his stuff because the hype isn't there. You know, let's be real. He wasn't out. The hype wasn't there. And nobody's really tuned into him right now. Even since he came home, no first day out, he didn't do anything. So let's listen to here.
You know, when he did his 2-album deal with me, Cash called me one day like, hey.
Now, when he says this, he's talking about Weeknd's manager, Cash, who was allegedly, he's incriminating other people. He knows he's on recorded jail calls, just so you know. All these are recorded.
What the hell going on with Gunna? Who's speaking for him? I'm like, wow. I'm like, oh, I'm net. You know, he trying to get signed right here with Weeknd signed it. And he demanded he want, $20 million. Whoa. So I already done told him, like, whatever you want, just say it. I'm going to give you the money, whatever you want. Just on some we brother shit. Like, I know you can't go nowhere in this world and get no $20 million check from no label. You're not doing numbers like that.
Okay, but somebody offered $20 million. Think about this. Somebody offered $20 million, or it was in that range, and he discouraged him. He says, "You ain't doing numbers like that. I'm boosting your numbers."
You all right, but you ain't doing that like that. You know, like the number one album you just had right now, I paid for you to have a number one album. You didn't, you know what I'm saying, honestly earn a number one album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that shit. I never said that to him. I never told him that, you know, 'cause we just got the plug on that. Like, you never earned a number one album. I spent 50 extra grand buying motherfucking streams.
This is the dumbest thing ever.
$50,000 buying streams for you. For you to beat weekly. Like, and Cash know the same plug, so Cash could have did the same thing. But Cash, like, let it go. Cash just, like, snap down, like, man, let the nigga on the win. I ain't stunning shit. Snap down. Like a player. You know, but he did a little deal. He got some little signs for a little nigga from his hood, whatever. Did the same shit, but he did a deal where he took their money. So these niggas, some young niggas too. These niggas like 17, 18.
This is anyways, the other guy, says, hey, can you do that same thing you did on the last one, on this one, and all that? It's like, bro, wow. You're talking too much.
I said nobody's ever put out 2 number one albums from jail. Obviously, hopefully you're out by your birthday. You know what I'm saying? But if you weren't, like, that would be historic.
Right.
And even if Uzi moves, we still have to deal with Morgan Wallen because he's doing 100,000 every week, no matter what.
Who?
Morgan Wallen, the country guy.
Yeah, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Why the fuck didn't we think to put him on the album? Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
you think we're gonna beat the boy?
Yo, my man, I'm not going to sleep until we beat him. So whatever happens.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Whatever happens. So
beat
it's
the boy,
like, okay.
Beat the boy, then tell the boy you can't beat me, join me.
That's iconic.
Get on this song, young boy. Everything
you know what I mean?
Man.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's try to beat that nigga. You still got that plug, right? That shit what we did with none of them. You still got that plug?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Tell you. All right, my boy.
Yeah.
See, the guy was like, whoa, what are you talking about? The guy's like, what are you talking about, man? Because he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to talk about this on a jail call. Yeah, Young Thug really played himself, bro. Like, he's proving that he's really just a sucker, you know? So then, obviously, he exposed QCCOP, like his business with Little Baby, publicly, because he knew he's on recorded phone calls. Don't forget, okay? Most people know not to talk. It tells you in the beginning it's recorded. It's not like a secret. It says, this call's being recorded, and it goes into an archive, and that's accessible, okay? So you know that the possibility of this coming out is high, all right? Especially when you're going around calling everybody rats, okay? They're going to start digging into your files. So obviously, there's been some divide between Little Baby and QCP. Money, listen, there's no loyalty out here. When money comes into play, people separate. I don't care what color you are, if you're both from the same hood, you both came from the same womb. When money comes into play, a lot of people will choose the money. Not everybody, but a lot of people will. Little Baby tried to keep it solid, and look what happened, you know? Now, QC has, let's just call him P, right? P used to be allegedly signed to Gucci Mane. I think he was. I think at one point, because he used to roll with Gucci Mane early on, doing his own thing, but he would be down with the music stuff, and this is pre-2013 when Gucci Mane went to jail. Well, Gucci Mane went to jail at 2012, somewhere around there anyways. Pre-then, let's say 08, 09, he was around, and supposedly that paperwork thing came out then, and then Young Thug said that's why Gucci Mane didn't mess with him anymore, but when he went to jail, he softened up, and he claims Gucci Mane went soft.
He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Mane. When Gucci Mane found out that shit, he dropped it in. Because P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Ended up going to jail. I got him turned soft. Started fucking with a nigga.
Now, he has some nerve talking about this, knowing that just 7 years before this, he did a 2-hour buffet with the police, talking about all his business. Just putting all his business out there and talking about who's a criminal and why all this stuff, and even leaving his number like, hey, if you ever need anything more, like we could have another meal later.
Yeah, that's a real fact, though. He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped it in. Because P used to try to rap.
Okay. So, Gucci Man's going to be speaking about this. We know that. Young Thug's done. He's like all these little phone calls that he couldn't stop talking on the phone, right? Couldn't stop talking on the phone. He couldn't even get a burner phone in there. Like most people will get a burner phone to speak on the cell phone. He's straight on the jail call. You can't make this up, bro. So Little Baby, he's just like, all right. Little Baby just dissed Offset and a surface song for his album coming up, right? He said like, I'll wash him again, something like that. So I just know he's dissing Offset on a new song. It is what it is, man. I mean, Young Thug's out here. He's so like Tekashi said, he went from a snake to a spider to a rat. Yo, I'll give Tekashi this. He has the best one-liners. I know 21 Savage is like, why was I talking to this guy on the phone, bro? Like, why?
When you gonna go to the Yo and do it for me, bro?
Yeah.
You might be asleep.
Yeah, I got it this time. Nah, I'm on the way to this shit.
Hey.
I'm gonna just tell him, book one. You good though?
Most definitely. I'm really trying to fuck nigga whole shit up.
Now listen to this, okay? Think about this. See how he's saying, I just want to mess his whole stuff up? Why would he pay? Why would he pay for Gunna's album? This must have been the album where Pushin P is on, where he's referring to. I don't think he's talking about the last 3 releases. Because if he was talking about the last 3 releases, he's been trying to mess up each one. He's on this phone call saying, yo, I'm trying to put my album out the same day as him to mess his release up.
You been drinking water, right?
Most definitely. But that's all they got to do in them motherfucking water. That's all them folks got. You wouldn't believe I done fell in love with water, bro.
Yeah.
You been drinking it?
Yeah. Got to.
Yeah. Well, you kept it here. Man, bro, please go to the studio and do the song, bro.
Yeah, I'm finna do it. I'm saying, I don't think you should play it like that, bro.
Why?
I feel like you should have just made that nigga come in. Like cleaned his face up and made him come in more. Like, if I need 80% of everything, 70%, I'm going to tarnish your face card.
He couldn't. Gunna would have been able to have a reason to leave the album. I mean, leave the YSL label. So, like, 21 Savage, he's done, like, he has a lot of good people around him, like his manager, that gets him, like, great deals and stuff, right? And he's been able to finesse his way in the music business and make a lot of money. Like, his first couple albums are his. Those mixtapes that went viral, he was able to retain those independently and make all that money. So I'm not saying his business is messed up. It's not. But I don't think he understands the business of signing people. You don't know what's in someone else's contract. I'm sure there's something in Gunna's contract where it's like, you don't do this, you don't do this, I can leave, And honestly, at that time, 300 would have loved him to leave because then he's free of the YSL branch, So they could do whatever. Like now he's free. They can do whatever they want with him, Like there's no restrictions of Young Thug.
Because you guys think about it, but bro, at the end of the day, bro, you did what you did, but we got to capitalize on everything we do in life, bro. Like,
What's funny is 21 Savage is planning extortion over the phone. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. So, Young Thug, he wanted a verse from 21 Savage. Let's see. Something happened with 21 Savage with his visa back in 2019 with drugs and guns. Remember that? That disappeared. Most people would be, sent away back to England where he's from, right? Something happened there and everything disappeared. So 21 Savage's jacket isn't essentially clear either, just so you know. Whole thing is weird. We're going to get back into this in a minute. I'll be right, there's a lot to unpack here. I can't do it in one video. So, and let's get into some more new news. I'm sick of this stupid thing, it's interesting for these couple days, but it's not that interesting. It's interesting, but it's just crazy to see it's crazy to see these guys be so stupid. You're warned on a jail call. This call will be recorded. Everybody's warned. 21 Savages, Young Thug, everyone, Young Thug calls them. You're both warned on the same call. Hey, this is going to be recorded. Da, 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 da. And they still talk about extortion, all this other stuff. It's so stupid. And I'm going to be honest with you. I still think Lil Baby's going to face some type of a RICO. I just think that's going to happen. Why would they threaten that and not do anything, It just because there was a lot of 4PF things that happened. I know he tried to move on from it, but I think he tried to move on from it too late. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I will check you guys in the next one, and I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.